Hey, what's up everybody? I know it's been a while since I've done a vlog on my own channel. Just deciding to take them over to a new YouTube, the VGZV YouTube, as you're currently watching this at. Pretty much what these vlogs are going to be about. They are going to pretty much be video game oriented because this is Video Game Zoo, as we like to call it, or VGZoo, whatever you prefer to refer to it as. But pretty much what the videos are going to be is we're going to talk about games we've been playing. Pretty much review them, I guess. Talk about games that are coming up that we're excited for. Also, maybe talk about like certain events that are going on in certain games. Like in this video, you're probably going to see some Halloween stuff from Guild Wars 2. I know it's a little overdue. It's past Halloween. I've been trying to get this video out, but I was having some technical errors. So if it's a little late, I apologize. You probably already know everything that happened with Guild Wars 2 and some of the other stuff I'm going to talk about. But other than that, giving you the rundown of what these vlogs are going to be, let me just jump right into it and I will take you into the first topic. Alright, the first bit of gaming news I'm going to talk about may not interest a whole lot of people, but it appeals to me and it appeals to a couple of my friends, which is why I'm super excited about this. Is a game called Dragon Quest X: The 5 Awakening Races Online. It's not out in North America, it's over in Japan, and it's also known as Dragon Quest Mezamishi 5 Su no Suzoku Online. So I guess that translates to Dragon Quest X: The 5 Awakening Races Online. But pretty much what the article reads, it says that Dragon Quest X is going to be right now it's Japanese only, at least for now, but it will be out in the North Americas about spring 2013. It'll be out on the Wii and the Wii U. Also, they're going to have a open beta, but I think it's only for Japan only, so if you can get into that, that would be awesome. Not 100% sure if North America is going to do a open beta or anything like that. But pretty much for anybody that is wondering, the only thing that the Wii U is going to have that's any different from the Wii is you are going to be able to have HD graphics. You're going to be able to use the Wii U's gamepad as a keyboard. Also, I believe there's a microphone integration built into the Wii U, but it's also rumored that with the Animal Crossing thing that you would get for the Wii, you can also talk through that now. Whether that's 100% sure or true or not, I don't know. I'll update and let people know if that's true or anything like that. But there are a couple screenshots I have that I'm going to show and I'm going to talk about. So let me show you these screenshots and I'll narrate through those. Okay, these are some of the screenshots that I really wanted to talk about. I grabbed 4 offline, so let's just get right into it. The first picture you're looking at right now is 4 different characters fighting a king slime. The slimes are a generic type of enemy. They're reminiscent with every Dragon Quest game you ever play. As you can tell, it's sort of a open field type of combat. It is turn for turn though, but it's widely open so you can view your surroundings pretty much. Here in this next picture, you've got a guy who's wielding a huge axe, fighting some sort of lizard type enemy or whatever. Now, whether this is a boss monster or not, I'm not entirely sure. But as you're looking at the graphics, you can see that they're really well done. Now, whether this is the Wii U or the Wii, I'm not 100% sure. In this next picture, you've got 4 different people. Like I said, there's 5 different races. I'm not sure if they're all different races or just different colors. But pretty much they're in this open environment. They're fighting what looks like to be a gnome and 2 different types of dragons, drakes, whatever you want to call them. But it looks really, really good. Here in this last image, this is the Dragon Quest X Wii bundle. It comes with the black Wii, the Wii Black Pro controller, the game, and a memory USB. And I'm not sure what that is in the middle because I can't read Japanese. I can only make out pictures. But pretty much this isn't in the North America yet. This is only over in Japan, so hopefully it will come to the US eventually. Right now the price over in Japan for this, translated to American, is like $180, almost $200, which is a good deal if you're getting the game and the Wii. Now, after all that information about Dragon Quest X, I'm also going to talk about another MMO that's currently out. It's been out for a while now. I don't know how many months exactly. I want to say about 5 or 6 at least. Guild Wars 2. Like I said, it's a little past due, but I want to talk about the Halloween event that went on from October 22nd to October 31st. The first part of the event was basically you go to Lion's Ark, you talk to this girl, and she pretty much gives you clues to where all these different ghosts are, and you get a book, and pretty much the book gives you a little backstory about the Mad King and all that different stuff. Now, when the second event kicked off, it continued the whole ghost line and all that different stuff. You were able to get a book that was on fire. I'm not exactly sure what it was called. Also, there was things like doors that would open up, and there was like PvP. There was all kinds of different things going on. And I do have video footage of that, so I will be showing you guys some of that stuff. The third day, pretty much you had to go into this door and you had to fight the Mad King himself, which if you went in like I did with my friend, one-on-one, you weren't getting it done. You had to team up with at least 5 people. I eventually completed the quest with a bunch of the lag spike guys, which they were awesome about doing it, so props to you guys. You went in, you got a shitload of experience, you got all kinds of great stuff from doing it. I don't really have any footage of that. I don't really know what more to say about it. You go in there and it's confusing. You gotta walk on chains, you gotta climb down. It's easy to die in there, so you gotta have a pretty stable team of fighters to go in there. You are scaled up when you go in, I think to like level 80 or something to compete with the Mad King, but if you don't know what you're doing, you will get your ass kicked and you will die multiple times like a lot of us did. We knew what we were doing, but it's still easy to die, so I guess I shouldn't say if you don't know what you're doing. If you still know what you're doing, you can die. I'll put it that way. And the fourth day pretty much was just everybody was chilling and hanging out in Lion's Ark, creating massive lag everywhere. Pretty much the Mad King would appear, he'd be walking around, you know, you would have to do slash laugh at his jokes and different stuff like that, all kinds of different shit, and you had to do like Simon Says and stuff like that. And what you got at the end of it all, it was a big lead up to like a huge party. You didn't really get anything special, but you did get a costume piece, which was a witch's hat, which I'll have a screenshot of that so you guys can see what it was and what you got and all that stuff. Now, I know during all this Hurricane Sandy was going on, a lot of people's power went out, a lot of people missed the event. I didn't miss the event. I was fortunate enough to where my power went out way later in the day. But pretty much what they said was, hey, look, if you're on the East Coast or wherever you are, if you missed that event and it screwed you up and Sandy screwed you over, there's a guy in the middle of Lion's Ark. You can still get your stuff. You can still talk to this guy, blah, blah, blah. All that kinds of different stuff. Now, Lion's Ark right now is back to normal, but the guy is still there. I think he's there till the 11th of November, so get there while you can. If you haven't had a chance to get into the game, get in, update it, go get your shit. I think you can still get your witch's hat. I'm not 100% sure, but I think you can still get something. I'm not 100% sure. But yeah, there's a bunch of video footage to go with all the stuff I'm saying, so I'll show you that. I'll narrate to that just like I did the other like screenshots or whatever. Hopefully in the future I'll have videos of what I'm talking about, but it's kind of hard to record anything with my computer, so you all know that. But anyway, I'll roll those clips and I'll narrate to them, so I hope you guys enjoy this. Now, as I was saying, there's video footage, and this is the video footage I'm going to show you guys. These are kind of long, so if you want to skip past them, you're more than welcome to, but I'm going to go ahead and talk about these. Here you have my friend Arthur walking through Lion's Ark. Pretty much, as you can see, there is the Lion's Ark statue. It's deteriorating, which, as we all know, that is where the third day the event took place. Like I said, a lot of people probably already know a lot about this. But if you look at the map, you can see that there's the orange circle. This is where the event starts and all that, and he's got the thing for the paranormal event. I think this is right around the second day is when this video was taken. So anyways, let's move on to the next video. Alright, this video is in the Mad King's Labyrinth, which was the pretty much excellent leveling place that was done for the Halloween event. Everything in there was level 80, so when you went in there, you were automatically scaled up. There was little events all over the place. As you can see in the background, there's a door, so it triggered some sort of either veteran or champion monster that they had to fight. I'm not exactly sure which it was, but as you can see, there was a There's a bunch of people in there helping fight these things. The experience was amazing. There was also little candy corn mining areas in there, so you can do your candy corn. There was trick-or-treat bags in there, so you could get candy corn that you can eat, and all kinds of different stuff like that. You were able, if you were able to make it through this, there was a giant candy corn champion that arises in the middle of the pillar in the middle of the game. You were able to, he spawned, I'm not exactly sure, every so many hours, but all the little doors would trigger him and eventually spawn him. But if you were able to group up with a whole bunch of people, which normally you were able to, and defeat him, you had the chance to get some of the Mad King items in the chest that was in the room behind him. Now, aside from this, there was also PvP that was designed in one of the labyrinths, but we don't have footage of that, but nobody cares about PvP. I don't, so why should you? But yeah, the PvP was a little one-sided, so I'm going to talk about that. But anyway, on to the next clip. The last clip you're seeing here is the clock tower event. Now, pretty much what you had to do in this was you would watch this cutscene, and all these items would start to circulate around the clock tower, and pretty much you're going to see my friend attempt to scale this thing, which is rather hard actually. I had a whole bunch of difficulty doing it due to my PC and all that different stuff. So, but pretty much what it is, you climb to the top, there's rising acid, and if you make it to the top, pretty much there's a treasure chest, you loot it, and you get items, same as everybody else, and you see them fall into the acid. Now, these next two aren't videos, they're rather pictures. Here you can see the witch's hat, and yes, that is my character. Don't judge me. But that is the witch's hat that you would get from the 4th day event, doing Simon Says with the Mad King. You would get it in a chest after a pretty much hilarious costume brawl, but you would get a witch's hat, as you see. And in the next picture, you will see on my back, hopefully you guys can see that, it is the book that you would get from the 2nd day. Like I said, I'm not sure of the name of it, but pretty much it's pretty badass. You walk around, and it's on fire. It reminds me of the Necronomicon from Evil Dead, if you guys know what I'm talking about. But pretty much it boosts your stats, and it's worth having. Now, after talking about Guild Wars 2 and all the different Halloween stuff that was going on, I felt that it was in my obligation to talk about the next event that's going to be happening, which is taking place this November. Pretty much what it is, it's going to be from November 16th to the 18th. It's going to be 3 days of events. Unlike Halloween, it was 4 days, but this is in 3 different parts. So basically, I'm going to read what it said on the forums from one of the devs, and you guys just take it how you want it. It says, something is stirring in the Sea of Stars, and we want to make sure that you are not missing out, so here's the schedule, without spoilers so you can plan ahead. Like I said, 3 days. Pretty much, they want to get as many people in there like they had for Halloween, so they're throwing out the information early so you can be like, you know, not busy or anything, and you can have the allotted time to do these events. It says on Friday, November 16th at noon Pacific Standard Time, the weekend will kick off with an event in Lion's Arc that you don't want to miss. This will trigger events all over the parts of Tyria. So pretty much any event you start in, it's going to trigger other events all over the world. But anyways, moving on. On Saturday, it's November 17th at noon Pacific Standard Time as well. Another phase will kick in. Each phase, and it says, noted, each phase will trigger a special event, but you will be able to enjoy the additional content afterwards, even if you cannot make the kickoff time. So even if you're not there, even if you're not able to make the very beginning of it, there's going to be other stuff you can do. Same thing with Halloween. If you weren't able to participate in the one-time event, there's other things you will be able to do. If you missed fighting the Mad King, there was other things you could do. You could still go to the Mad King's Labyrinth and all this different stuff. So they're trying to pander to everybody because they know people have lives, they know people work, they know people have kids and all that different stuff. So I appreciate Guild Wars 2, Dev Team, ArenaNet, whatever, doing what they do. It says, however, there is one exception. This event will culminate in a big finale on Sunday, November 18th. Make sure you will not miss it. This will be a one-time event chain that will run multiple hours. So it's going to start with one, and it's just going to keep going and going and going. Now, noted, I don't know if you miss one, if it affects if you can do the next one. So I don't know if you got to be there the entire time. I'm going to try to be, but I have stuff I probably will have to do, considering it's Sunday and everything. But it's saying it's going to kick off at noon Pacific Standard Time. So all 3 days are going to kick off at noon Pacific Standard Time. East Coast, I'm not 100% sure what that is. I have to figure that out for myself. It says, again, this event will run only once, so make sure you're there. There will be plenty of content to enjoy that will remain permanently in the world as a result of the outcome of this event on Sunday. So whatever the big, huge event is on Sunday, whether it's a whole bunch of boss fights, literally a whole bunch of like miniature events that are just going to take place all over Tyria or whatever, it's going to reshape the world in some way or form that's going to affect everybody. I don't know what it's going to be. I can't wait to find out. I am pumped for this update. But pretty much it says we'll give you more updates when the event draws closer, but we wanted to give everybody a heads up to plan accordingly. So thank you, ArenaNet, for giving out that information so everybody can plan ahead. I will be there. I know I will be there. My co-host will be there with me as well as the Lag Spike crew. We'll all be in there helping reshape Tyria, so I cannot wait for this. But I encourage you guys, if you have the free time and you're playing Guild Wars 2, please join us. Please join in the game. Help reshape Tyria. Enjoy Guild Wars 2 while all these events are going on, because I know they have something planned for Christmas. It's already on the timeline. They don't have any information about it, but if you did the Halloween event, you've seen all the cool stuff that was there. You can only expect really great things from Guild Wars 2 and ArenaNet. So I am excited to be part of this and to be into this game. So other than that, guys, I don't have much more to talk about. I was going to talk about Retro City Rampage, but I think I'll hold off till the next episode so I can play it a little more, maybe get more of into the game so I can tell you more about it myself. I have played roughly about 20 missions, but I don't want to like jump into it without having like really good information to give you guys. Same thing with Raiders. I've played the beta, played all that different stuff, but I don't generally want to jump into a game that I have no information on. So I'll hold that off to the next video. They were going to be in this video, but I feel that I can't do them justice by giving very little information about them. But if you want to check them out, you can. I'll put the Steam link for Retro City Rampage in the description, and I'll also put a link for Raiders down in the description as well. You guys can go check them out, form your own opinions about them as well. Same thing with the forum post for Guild Wars 2 and stuff about Dragon Quest X will all be in the description below. You guys can check all that stuff out if you want to, but I appreciate you guys watching the video. Stay awesome. Keep checking out JTV. Keep checking out Lag Spike. And keep sticking around for more vlogs, because they're coming back, baby. They are here to stay. But anyways, I'm Ryan. I'll catch you guys later. Peace.